Hey everybody, it's Maria from cardbomb.com and I'm here today with a paper pumpkin alternative for the March 2018 kit called May Good Things Grow. I made a gift card set out of my paper pumpkin supplies and that's what we are going to be working on today. The cover for this set opens and closes like a book and ties closed with the fresh fig ribbon that came in the paper pumpkin kit. There's room inside for a set of 4 gift cards, all made with the paper pumpkin supplies from this month's kit, and it also holds 4 envelopes. To get started, you will need thick, very vanilla cardstock, gold foil, supplies from your paper pumpkin kit, fresh fig ink, an aqua painter, and adhesive. Start by cutting the top 3 inches off of your piece of cardstock. Then cut 2 3/4 inches off of the side of your bottom piece so that it will now measure 5.5 by 9 1/4, and score at 4 1/4 and 5 inches and put it aside. Next, you're going to grab that strip that was on top and cut it so that it measures 3 inches by 9 inches. Then we're going to go ahead and score at 1/2 inch, 4 1/4 inches, 4 3/4 inches, and 8.5 inches. This is the piece that will end up making the box inside of the gift card booklet, and it will hold the gift cards. So it's really important to make sure you get these measurements right so that you don't have a wonky looking box on the inside. Turn your paper to the side and give one score line at 1/2 inch. That will make the base of your box. Now you're going to grab your scissors or your snips and cut as I'm demonstrating. I like to notch out those little tabs so that they close a little bit more easily when you're folding your box together. The notches aren't necessary, but they really will help your box to close up more precisely when you fold it in just a few minutes. Now you're going to grab your fresh fig ink pad and open it. Take your aqua painter and squeeze just a tiny bit of water into your ink case and mix it around. Use that to splatter onto the background of both of the pieces of your booklet that we've already cut out. Get lots of splatters, especially on the binding and on the edges where you're going to see after we've already put the envelopes and the cards in. Make sure that on the larger piece you do both the inside and outside, as both sides will be visible on the completed project. Now there's one more piece to this project that needs to get splattered, and I forgot to have you cut it earlier. So cut a 1.5 inch by 11 inch piece from another full piece of cardstock and go ahead and splatter that too, just the same way that you did. You only need to splatter one side of this strip, as it will be the belly band for the envelopes on the inside of the gift card booklet. Clean your tools and let's move on to the next step. Grab a bone folder or whatever your folding tool of choice is. I actually prefer to fold with my hands, but I will use the bone folder for a couple of different things on this project. So make sure that both of your pieces are folded completely on every score line that we've made, including folding the tabs. And here I've made sure to get a really good crease because that's the base of the box that is going to hold your note cards, and you don't want it to be buckling out because you didn't get good creases. So fold the tabs the way that you're going to adhere them and apply adhesive. I'm using Fast Fuse. You can also use tear and tape or liquid glue, but make sure you use something strong. And make sure that when you do this, you're folding the bottom and side tabs both towards the back so that your rough edges are hidden. Set that aside, and now let's cover the front of your booklet. You're just going to apply a small amount of adhesive to the left side of that flower, what used to be the flower envelope. It's cut out. Now you've seen me do this before. When adding trim, I like to leave it a little bit longer than the main piece and cut it so that it always matches perfectly. Now this piece is going to go right on top of that booklet, but before doing that we need to add the ribbon. This ribbon is about 3 feet long, and now I'm just finding the center of it, and that is what's going to go right on the binding there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab my Fast Fuse and I'm going to put a smidge down so that I can put the ribbon in place right where I want it. Now I fold the ribbon back and I apply the Fast Fuse to the ribbon instead of to the paper. That way I can pull the ribbon taut and adhere it exactly where I want it. Now I want to make sure when I do the second side that it's not all cattywampus, and when I go to tie my ribbon, the ribbons are going to line up on both sides. So I put just a tiny bit of glue there and I made sure it's going to stay, and then I closed my book and made sure that my ribbon was lining up. Now I'm going to use one of my extra pieces of cardstock and just use it like a ruler. So you see I made sure that the ribbon was straight and used the piece of paper as a guide to apply my fast fuse so that I could stick my ribbon down and I knew that it would be straight. So now we're going to go ahead and apply the face of the booklet down, and I'm using liquid glue because I want to make sure that I have a little bit of wiggle room so that I get it on straight. Now that that's applied, we can go ahead and move on to the inside of the booklet, and I'm going to grab that box and use my bone folder to make sure that all of the adhesive is tacked down very well. Again, I'm going to use liquid glue to stick this into the inside of the booklet. I like to have that wiggle room. When you put this in, make sure that it is towards the bottom of the page. If it's too high, your note cards are going to stick out the top of the booklet, and that's going to look silly. So again, I'm using my bone folder to make sure that the adhesive is tacked down well. Now I'm going to grab that belly band for the envelopes, line it up in the middle, and just fold it over. Now we're going to fold the second side over, and I'm looking from the back side so that I can make sure that it's lined up. The bone folder is helping me get good creases on that so that it looks tidy. And I'm adding fast fuse to the top of the inside of one piece and the top of the outside of the other. And for this I'm going to use fast fuse because I didn't want liquid adhesive squirting out the sides and gluing one of my envelopes to the inside of the booklet. So again, I'm pressing down with the bone folder, and that is it. Inside of this you can put 4 note card sized cards and envelope. You can decorate them any way that you want, and you can even do this project with regular DSP. You don't have to do it with the paper pumpkin kit. All the measurements will absolutely work for regular note card sized cards. Here's one last look at the gift cards that I made. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you have any questions, please let me know. If you're interested in purchasing any of the products that I've used today, just check out the description below and visit either my blog or my shop. Thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you back here real soon. Have a great day.